Krishna everyone, and welcome back once again to our ever ongoing series on the glories of our most beloved Sri Vrindavan Dham. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So, I've just come back from Russia where, as many of you know, I was briefly detained, but I'm now back home in Vrindavan. Before we begin today, I would like to share with you a verse from Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati's Vrindavan Mahimamrita, Shataka 11, verse 61, which has given me a lot of solace and a lot of pleasure to be back here home in Vrindavan. He writes, Sri Vrindavan is my greatest attainment, my greatest deity, my greatest friend, my greatest teacher, my greatest religious duty, my greatest wealth, my greatest glory, my greatest austerity, and my greatest knowledge. What more need I say? Sri Vrindavan is eternally everything to me. Sri Vrindavan is everything I have searched for in this world. Hare Krishna. So, we're continuing with our mini-series on Stimulation for Ecstatic Love, and this will be part 146, in which we will continue our discussions on Radha and Krishna's disguises. But I must beg your pardon, for today's lecture will be shorter than usual. Because of my ordeal in Russia, I had very little time to prepare. Actually, I prepared this class on the flight from Moscow back to Delhi. But anyway, a little shorter, but short but sweet. So, this pastime is by Sri Rupa Goswami from his Sri Vigdagda Madhava. Sri Vigdagda Madhava. So, once upon a time, when Radha and Krishna were enjoying together in a meadow, or kunja, in Vrindavan, Krishna decided to tease Sri Radha for the purpose of increasing their attachment to each other. So while they were sitting together, he said to her purposefully, "My dear Chandravali," he addressed her like that, "My dear Chandravali." Of course, we know Chandravali is Radharani's main rival gopi. So then he pretended to be embarrassed. "Oh, what did I say?" But Radharani was fooled. So it was a pastime. So she said, "How is it possible that after hearing this name, my two ears do not explode?" So Krishna, he tried to pacify her. He lifted the edge of her veil and he said, "O radiant one, don't misinterpret my affectionate words and sour the sweetness of our pastimes. Sour the sweetness of our pastimes." But Radha then slapped Krishna's hand, got up and walked away. Then, looking back, she said, "I will not remain here to be the puppet of a rascal like you." Now, Rupa Goswami writes, Krishna wasn't expecting that Radharani would walk away, and he became very upset knowing she would have nothing to do with him now. So what did he do? As he's done in other pastimes like this, he went to Srimati Vrindadevi with a plan in mind. And upon meeting her, he asked her to provide him with clothes and cosmetics by which he would masquerade or disguise, again, as a young girl, a young gopi, and in this way be able to meet Radharani and ask for forgiveness. He was asking the right person, of course, because Vrindadevi, as we've discussed many times, has various cottages throughout the forests of Vrindavan, where she stocks everything needed for facilitating Radha and Krishna's pastimes, little storehouses. It may be a gopi disguise for Krishna to wear and pacify Radharani's anger, as in this case, or it may be bathing clothes for his or her water sports, or utensils, ingredients for cooking a feast. Everything's there by her arrangement. Whatever it is, Vrindadevi has it on hand. So Vrinda gave Krishna a gopi outfit and cosmetics, and he ran off to put on his new disguise. And when he returned, Vrinda decided that his or her name, because he's going to be a gopi, would be Nikunja Vidya. Nikunja Vidya, famous pastime, Nikunja Vidya. Then Vrinda Devi went in search of Radha to persuade her to meet this new gopi. So actually not far away, Radharani was complaining to her friends, Lalita and Vishaka, how Krishna was such a nonsense. Now usually when Lalita and Vishaka hear these stories from Radharani about how Krishna is mistreating her, they become very angry with Krishna. But this time, they refused to sympathize with Radharani. Lalita said, Radha, everyone knows that Krishna cannot think of another woman in your presence. And Vishaka said, and now that you have criticized him, he will be reluctant to meet with you again. So at this point, Radharani, this is an interesting pastime. She actually becomes regretful. She regrets what she's done. Then Lalita said, I wonder where Krishna is now. And just at that moment, Vrinda Devi comes. And overhearing Lalita's question as to where Krishna was, Vrinda Devi said, oh, I know where he is. Right now, he is pouring out his sorrows to the gopi Nikunja Vidya. Nikunja Vidya. So then Lalita and Vishaka, they look at each other, and in unison, they say, and who is Nikunja Vidya? So Vrinda said, just see your ignorance. Who is Nikunja Vidya, you ask? Nikunja Vidya is the goddess of Bandiravan. And actually she's my younger sister. And she's famous as the protector of the treasure chest of Krishna's secrets. Protector of the treasure chest of Krishna's secrets. And she always knows where Krishna is. So Vishaka said to Radharani, let's go see Nikunja Vidya at once and beg her to help you meet Krishna again, and you can apologize. So Radha hurried with her friends to where this gopi, Nikunja Vidya, was, and when they arrived there, she saw this beautiful girl sitting on the floor making earrings from peacock feathers. I love that part. Making earrings from peacock feathers. And Vrinda Devi said, that's my sister, Nikunja Vidya. So Radha turned to Vrinda and said, your sister is extraordinarily beautiful. Even though we've never met, I somehow still feel very attracted to her and very eager to speak with her. So Shri Radha approached this new gopi and said, O Nikunja Vidya, knower of the groves, wow, knower of the groves, where is he who lives within these groves? So beautiful. But Nikunja Vidya didn't reply. Then Vrinda hinted to Radha, show my sister some more, or show my sister some affection. Show her some affection. So then Radha sat down very close to Nikunja Vidya and said, O goddess of Bandiravan, please bestow your mercy upon me so that I may again meet and serve my beloved Krishna. But still Nikunja Vidya didn't respond. So then Radha extended her arms and embraced the silent goddess. Rupa Goswami writes, the silent goddess, Nikunja Vidya. And with that touch, the gopi, Nikunja Vidya, suddenly became extremely responsive. And Lalita and Vishaka were watching, and were very happy to see Vrinda's sister, Nikunja Vidya, return Radha's embrace. The gopi returned Radha's embrace. But then suddenly, Nikunja Vidya began to kiss Radha. And some of the gopis became very alarmed. So Vrinda Devi, she said, no, don't worry. Such expressions of affection are not uncommon for goddesses. Such expressions of affection are not uncommon for goddesses. But with that kiss, Radharani suddenly realized what was going on, that Nikunja Vidya was actually Krishna in disguise, and she screamed, Deception! Deception! And immediately disentangled herself, saying to him, a fine trickster you are. And at that point, Vrinda Devi couldn't hold back her laughter, as Radha and Krishna made up and continued their loving pastimes. Hare Krishna, I told you, short but sweet. Thank you, Prabhu. So, I'm in Vrindavan, back home in Vrindavan, all by Radha and Krishna's mercy, really. It's only by their mercy. And in a few days, I'm going to Mayapur. We're going to have our Kartik Parikrama, about 300 or 400 devotees, beginning of Kartik next week. Mayapur, and then we'll visit Prabhupada's special places of Prabhupada in Kolkata, where he was born, where he went to school, etc., etc., and then Jagannath Puri for a week. So really looking forward to that. Thank you, Prabhus. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Shri Radha Shambhu Sundar ki, Vrindavaneshwari Shrimati Radharani ki, Bhagavan Narasimhadev ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Krishna Sankirtan Yagya all over the world ki, Nitai Gaur Pimanandi, Jai Jai Sri Sri Radhe Shyam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, the revealer of the Dhamma.